Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from an undisclosed location in Los Angeles, California, this is a Rhett and Link official YouTube live broadcasting test.
Unofficial. It's an official test, but it's an unofficial broadcast, because what this broadcast test or test broadcast is all about is getting ready for our official Rhett and Link live show. Are we going to come up with a name for it?
We should, but this is an official test is what I'm saying. It's
Okay.
not, we're officially testing.
I think we should back off and just call it an unofficial test. Just
If
in case.
this goes horribly, then this was an unofficial test.
Unofficial test.
Is that what you're getting at?
Because we're going to be broadcasting live every Friday night this summer, starting at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's 7:30 Pacific, and then you can do the math if you're somewhere else. Like minus, I think it's like +6 GMT, right? Or does it say +7, Chris? +7.
I don't know about this GMT stuff.
I know all about it.
Grand
you know?
Meridian?
I care deeply for those people.
You know, when you live on the Grand Meridian, you're like an inch taller. It has something to do with the rotation of the Earth and gravity.
Don't believe anything this guy says, people.
This is
Don't
why
believe it.
This is why we're so excited, because we're going to be. We got a new television show on IFC, Rhett and Link Commercial Kings. 10 p.m. premieres this Friday, June 24th on IFC at 10 p.m. And then right after that show, every week we're going to have the previous week's show playing again. We're going to call it the Encore Presentation.
Because people are going to be going, encore, encore, encore.
And during that Encore Presentation, we're going to have an enhanced viewing experience. You can actually watch the show with us by tuning in to this live broadcast. You have IFC up on your television, or you're watching, on the internet like iTunes, Amazon, Xbox, something like that, because you've downloaded the episode, and you watch it with us, and we give you some behind-the-scenes information, some stuff that you don't see on camera. Answer your questions in the chat. And for those of you who are international viewers and you can't see the television show, you are going to be able to see the commercials, and then we're going to be on here talking about the show, so you get the next best thing to the show, and that is us talking about the show and doing like a puppet theater of the actual show content.
That's a good idea.
You like that? I like it too.
I'm actually trying to see if I can pull up the chat room to convince myself that we're actually broadcasting. We're not just talking to ourselves.
Sign in to participate.
So do you see that?
Yeah, I'm going to sign in with our other account.
Chris, do you see the chat room? And I would anticipate that there would at least be a few people in here. Hatchet Lock number 2, Evil Bunny O. I see that you two have written something in the chat room. I'm just, and then I click view all comments.
Yeah, and I see first and can't view it.
Well, that counts for something. If you can't view it, at least you can be first at not viewing something. That's bragging rights if I've ever heard of it. Hatchet Lock.
I just did that.
So maybe we should tweet out that we need some more people in our chat room, because I don't know how, we're learning the ups and downs, the ins and outs of this whole YouTube live thing, how people are alerted and whatnot. So,
and I think that, first of all, I don't know if this is just a YouTube live issue at this point, but it says 0 viewers, and I think it's going to continue to say 0 viewers no matter how many people join in the chat. That's just how it is. And see, this is what the chat looks like for me as not Rhett and Link signed in. I had this little chat over here.
Welcome LaserLime18 to the chat room. I see that you've asked us what's up. If you have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat room. I'm not going to guarantee we're going to answer your question, but now's your best chance ever to have your question answered in the chat room.
And someone has said, second, but it is still on 0, meaning the views, and for some reason I can't see the video in my sub box on my PC, only on my iPod. So we would like to know how many of you are seeing this video in your subscription box, because that's how a lot of people are going to be notified about this broadcast. We don't exactly know how this works. That's why we're doing an unofficial test. So when we do our official broadcast on Friday night, we will have learned some things. You can help us learn. If you are here in the chat room, this is an opportunity. What's going wrong, what's going right. Not with our performance, but with the technical side of things.
Yes, I think...
I'm subscribed. The Rhett and Link 2 channel, I believe, is subscribed to the Rhett and Link 1 channel. So if I was to go to the YouTube homepage, See, I see all our videos, but I do not see this broadcast.
It's interesting.
But if I go to the Rhett and Link channel, and we're broadcasting live, I wonder if it shows up in the box.
I see. The funny thing is, you still have to click on live, which is odd. You know, maybe there's a setting.
Well, you know, you should be able to change a setting in there to make live the default tab that comes up, because I know you can do that.
Yeah, but why would we want to? You mean just to do that right now?
Oh yeah, every time we broadcast, you can go in there and you can make that. So you're going to go to the channel page. So active events.
Then I've got to go to.
I think it's only viewable on mobile since there are no private videos, says Evil Bunny-O. But it's, and then they...
Just, I wouldn't focus on comments in order to do any problem solving.
Really?
Yeah, I really wouldn't do that.
That's how I found out it wasn't showing up in the subscription box link. That was from a comment.
Oh, a valuable comment.
So I proved you wrong already.
Was that comment from Evil Bunny-O?
Yeah.
Okay, well then Evil Bunny-O is proving herself or himself.
Well, you think with a username like that they can't give useful comments? That's judgmental. You should be kicked off of the show, and this should be my show.
But I'm the one with the power to kick people off, so there you go. It's not going to happen.
That's not in our contract. Our contract with each other, the blood oath that we signed in 9th grade.
Okay, so you're telling me that I should modules. See, are you seeing the question from Laserline18?
Yeah, how you two like in LA? I'll answer that question while Link answers some technical questions. We're really liking LA. You know, we've been out here for about 3 months now. We've been working almost exclusively on Rhett and Link Commercial Kings. But we're getting to know the place a little bit and getting to know a lot of people who like to create things like us. And it's going well. I mean, this is definitely not the typical Rhett and Link background. Like a mesh window with some palm trees. We're on a green screen right now. So every week that's going to be different. This will be Grand Canyon one week, and then it'll be like the bayou, and then like an ocean scene. Not even real.
Yeah, that's actually a. You know what, Chris? Can you turn the viewfinder around, because if we need to refer to ourselves in real time, like if I want to go see this right here, my friends, you might be tempted to think that's a building, but that's actually the official Rhett and Link Plateau. That's a desert out there, you know.
I don't think so, Link.
That's a non-uniform topped plateau.
Now, have you been
made totally out of sand?
Now, okay, those of you who are watching the broadcast right now, and
nothing but sand,
and commenting in the chat room, this is a serious question, Link. How did you find out about this broadcast? What brought you here? Why are you here? Why are you watching this? Because we're trying to figure out how people come to find out about the broadcast other than just knowing about the broadcast, which you had no way of knowing about this broadcast because it was secret.
Because the way I see it, we're sitting here having a live broadcast to 2 people, not including Chris behind the camera, not including Rhett, and not including Link. There's
Mike Schwartz.
Evil Bunny and Hatchet Lock.
I literally just happened to click on your channel. So Mike Schwartz, answer me this, Mike Schwartz. When you clicked on our channel, what did you see that then allowed you to click on this to see the live show? Was it like the featured video in the player? Because that's not how it worked with me.
And I just switched that to be the default tab. So anyone who comes to our channel now is going to see the live tab is going to be
okay, let's test that.
The default.
I am going to the Rhett and Link YouTube page, and I see Rhett and Link test broadcast. It worked, Link. It immediately popped up. It was featured, says Mike Schwartz, meaning featured on our channel, like a YouTube page. It is for me. That's how I found it. Mr. Jamster, I think Mr. Jamster came in after. What do you mean by yes, Mike Schwartz? Could just explain how it came in here.
I'm noticing a couple of things here, that the pop-up chat room
a little slower.
Laser Lime's got to go. And see, it was featured on your channel. I'm trying to. Yeah, it's a little bit delayed here in the pop-up window, so.
Okay.
I'm noticing.
Okay, so Mr. Jamster came in about 30 seconds ago, and then it looks like Mike Schwartz said it was featured on the channel. Okay, so that's good. So you just happened to come to the channel. Thanks for just coming to the channel for no reason at all. We appreciate that.
Chris, can you pull up, do a pop-up window of the chat room on the right there?
For those of you who are just joining us.
And see you, yeah, you got compare which one's quicker, because I'd like your opinion on that.
For those of you who are just joining us, this is an unofficial test. It's not even an official test. We're not even going there.
But is it officially unofficial? Because
It is officially unofficial.
at some point, I'd like for something to be official.
It's officially unofficial.
But it's a test, isn't it? I mean,
It's a test for what, Link? It's a test for an actual, real, official broadcast that we're going to be doing at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, starting this Friday, and then every single Friday, well, for the next 10 Fridays. I like saying every single Friday this summer because it sounds, it's better marketing.
well, when is the summer over? I think that's a fair statement.
For at least 10 weeks, we're going to be doing this because we have a new television show on IFC premiering this Friday night at 10 p.m.
That's day after tomorrow, by the way.
It sure is, Link. It's in 2 days. It's called Rhett Link Commercial Kings. If you've seen our local commercials before, Red House, Cuban Gynecologist, some of the ones that we've released lately, like Heavy Hill and his Trashicorn, or Margaret the Cat Lady, or most recently, Presidential Car Wash featuring Roger and Deepika rapping as presidents. That's what our new show is all about. It's about the process of us making those local commercials. It's very fun. You can see the promo on our most recent video on our channel called Fridays. And you can actually go and watch the first episode of the show on Hulu right now. But we're going to be broadcasting at 10:30 every single week talking about the show. You can actually watch the encore presentation of the show with us every single week. Watch it with us. Put it on your TV. Put us on your computer. And we'll all get along. It'll be great. Great things are going to happen.
Okay, we saw a comment from Mr. Jamster 1011. I think you said that we should turn up the vocal volume. We're not really singing, but I know what you're saying. The microphone volume. So, Chris, we got to give you like some sort of name here, like Chris the Amazing Button Pusher. Or something.
Something better than that.
Something better than that we'll come up with later.
Do you have a nickname?
He's already adjusted the volume, so are you noticing that the vocal volume is louder, Mr. Jamster 1011? Tell us that in the chat room.
If
Hey,
this
Campbell's-
is live, how can I pause this? Says Jason.
Well, I
19229.
think the real question you want to ask is, if this is live, how do I fast forward this? I think so. Just think about that.
Just think about the logic behind that, Jason. Because
then ask your question.
Pausing live television, it's kind of been a thing for like 10 years. I mean, just letting you know, it's okay though.
But I wonder if he unpauses it. I guess it just goes from, it's like TiVo, it goes from where it was, but you're not experiencing live internet anymore. I mean, this is as live as it gets, people.
Well,
it's just like,
it's about 6 seconds behind live. If it was exactly live, so if like one of us curses or we have a wardrobe malfunction, we have 6 seconds to correct it. Chris, can you do that?
Campbell's Soup is requesting that you do the commenter type the commenter talk when you type.
Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's been a while since we did Good Morning Chia Lincoln, so I will go back and do that. If this is live, how come I can pause it?
Click this link out there.
And I'm sorry, if you don't like being made fun of for your comments, then this is probably the wrong channel to be tuning into. I'm just telling you right now. I mean, if you make a crazy comment, we're not going to acknowledge it.
See, it tells me when I go to it tells me this live event has ended. When I went to the, did I just push something and end the,
No, I'm watching it right now.
Okay. Leslie Dreams 92 says that Swiss loves us. I wonder if she's talking about the cheese or if she is a resident of Switzerland, or both.
Look at that. Look what's on my screen.
I don't want to look at your screen. That's why I have my own screen. I don't want to share.
So
screens.
how do I have the chat without the video, Link? How do I do that? How do I as a user have the chat without the video? Because how did you do it?
Right here, if you click on this button called pop out, it'll pop out.
Yeah, but you are in something different. See this?
I'm on the actual. I clicked on the video page, and I was gonna tweet out the link to it. I can probably just go here to our channel, huh?
It's unfortunate, and I don't know if anybody from YouTube is watching at this point, but I know that this is sort of in a beta mode right now. I would say one of the suggestions that I would have is the 0 views thing is it's like demoralizing. You know people are watching, but you look down and you see 0 views. You feel like a complete zero yourself. You become a personal loser.
Like a double, and this is like a double 0. Like no one's watching.
Yeah,
right?
It's like 0 views, and so people come in and they're like, 0 views? Why am I here? I'm a dork for watching this because no one else is watching it. So my suggestion, YouTube, would be if you can't figure out a way to count the number of live viewers, get rid of the count altogether and let it remain a mystery. And then at least it's,
Yeah, the 0.
I don't know what I'm getting into, but the 0 views, bad idea. Let's change that.
I want to kind of push the chat room a little bit to see if we can get more people in here to see how quickly we can move.
Well, okay. All of a sudden, we have a crap load of comments going so fast that I cannot keep up with them. So I think that means people have seen this video in their subscription box. So if you're just joining us right now.
This is live, people. This is live internet. It's really happening. I'm really touching the top of my head right now. I'm really touching my nose. How would I know to say what I'm doing if it wasn't live?
If this wasn't live, could I do this? Could I touch both ears at the same time?
No,
The answer is an unequivocal
no. It's obvious. It's obvious. This is live.
And YouTube Live is a new thing here on YouTube. It's in a beta phase. That means that it's not quite in a... What's after beta? I didn't take Roman.
Gamma?
It's not quite gamma yet.
Carpe.
Carpe diem, people. That's Latin. We're all confused.
Alpha, beta, carpe diem.
Robin Williams. Okay, listen. This is an unofficial, official test for a live broadcast that we will actually be doing this coming Friday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. And then like 7 hours different for people on the Grand Meridian. But we're going to be doing this every single Friday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time throughout the next 10 weeks in conjunction with our new television show on IFC called Rhett and Link Commercial Kings. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, it's not over yet because I just tweeted out that we're broadcasting live. I want to see.
Oh, horrible idea.
No, I want to
Well, the comments are coming in so fast that I can't even process them. I'm not like a Jedi.
Dead Rabbits Kate, Canada loves you, at least I do, and that counts for something. We love Canadians, we love people in Switzerland, Swaziland, and every place is not America, as in addition to our fellow Americans. That's one of the reasons that we want to do this is, you may not be able to get IFC, the television channel here in the United States, but you can at least get the live internet broadcast where we talk about the show and broadcast at the same time. So, granted, you may have a hard time or it may be impossible for you to see the show, but you can at least see us talk about the show, and you can see the commercials from our television show released on our YouTube channel. So that's got to count for something, and hopefully we'll make it worth your while. You'll feel like you're not missing too much, even though you are, the whole television show.
Now, one of the things that I'm noticing...
Did I make that sound good or bad?
Totally neutral. It had no emotional effect on me at all.
It's like I canceled it out. It's like I divided by 0.
It's like you didn't say anything, pretty much, is what you just said. You said nothing at all.
Well, then I'm joining your ranks, sir.
Now, I'm noticing something. First of all, this is a technical test because we don't want to have to do a test as an actual broadcast, even though that's kind of what we're doing right now. But this is unofficial, so don't hold it against us. But we are looking at a couple of things here. I am noticing that it says 54 minutes. It says that we've been broadcasting for 54 minutes. Now, is that true? That is not true. Producer Chris. Can we call you Producer Chris?
Chris the Amazing.
Chris the Amazing has said that is not true. I am seeing 45 minutes on mine. I see 54 on yours.
Where are you looking at this?
Right here on the time code. So I don't know what that means. I think this broadcast, and then when we quit broadcasting, YouTube takes this and it makes it into a handy dandy video that then you can watch not live.
I just took my jacket off. I just took my jacket off. This is live internet broadcasting, people. This is the edge. This is the future.
Now,
I just took my jacket off.
Again, we are not necessarily going to respond to comments about the quality of the connection because we've done some live broadcasting before, and we know that there is really no way to know whether or not it is coming from us or it is coming from you. And you know what? There's no way for you to know that either. So speculating about us having a bad connection or you having a good connection, it's like peeing in the ocean, people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect us at all. We're going to be here every Friday night at 10:30 p.m. broadcasting live. And we are going to just do a broadcast that, unlike anything on the internet. Link, what are we going to do? How are we going to make it like that?
Well,
I'm making big promises here.
Well, first, I've already demonstrated that you never know what could happen. Like, at one moment, I could have my jacket on, and then at the next moment, it's like you blink, and then boom, I don't have a jacket.
I could button this button right here. Look at that. And it's like my whole vibe changes.
Once we have... the premiere is day after tomorrow. Our television show, world premiere. I'm very excited. After that 30-minute episode, then there will be a 30-minute internet broadcast that will be similar to this, but it will be darker back here. You might even see the sun going down over here.
The sun will be right over my head, and then it will go right here, and then it'll set right here behind this plateau right here.
But have you ever watched a television show with the people that were in the television show and talked to them about the television show at the same time?
That is new to me.
I've never done it.
I discovered something about the chat room. I don't know if you've watched live broadcasts on YouTube before, but check this out, Link. Check this out. You may already know this. I want to stop the chat room. I put my cursor over it. If I want it to move again, I go off of it, and it continues.
I was wondering why it wasn't updating.
And I'm like, hold on, I like that comment. I just scroll over, and the whole thing stops.
See, Chris, you're supposed to be coming up with this stuff.
I'll work on it.
See, look at your Rhett's coming up with stuff. He's stealing your thunder.
I just discovered it. It was totally incidental. So if you're out there watching and you're like, the chat is moving so fast I can't keep up with it, then what you need to do is you need to just simply scroll your mouse, your cursor, over the chat, and it will freeze, people. It will completely freeze. And then if you want it to pick up again, you take it off. Discovering new things.
Well, this is freeing. Or as Kong176 says, it's genius. You should have misspelled genius. It's one of my favorite things on earth to do is to spell genius incorrectly. Think about it.
It's smart. It's a smart thing. It's a genius thing to do.
Think about it.
So again, if you're joining us for the first time, I would like to find out from you, how did you find out about this broadcast? Did this pop up in your subscription box? If this popped up in your subscription box, I would like you to comment. Yes, this popped up in my subscription box.
Seriously, this is helpful to us.
This is why we're doing this.
If you just got a feeling that Rhett and Link were doing a live internet broadcast, we'd like for you to see a doctor. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't frozen there. You know, it's like you got to be careful when you freeze because people might think that it's frozen when I was really just emphasizing a point. You know, it's a different thing. Well, so what can you expect from us on Friday nights? You can expect lots of talking. You might expect some special guests. I don't know. We're exploring the option. I'm not making any promises at this point. Are you gathering some data there, Chris?
Yep.
Are you getting any drawing any conclusions about the
Tim Symes drums guitar says it popped up in my subscription box. Stubble Jar says it just came up on the homepage.
Hannibal says I'm physic.
Mini V's 99 says subscription box. Define Blue says yup, sub box. Here's how it's gonna work, folks, with the chat. If you say something that is worthy of acknowledgement, you will be acknowledged. If you say something that is not worthy of acknowledgement, you won't be acknowledged. Simple as that.
Blue Lemon 19 says that it came to me in a dream.
Wow. It was on the front page of YouTube.
It can happen. You know, things like stranger things have happened, Rhett. Stranger things have happened.
Now, if you're joining us for the first time, if you've just joined us, this is an unofficial, official test broadcast in preparation for
Preparation H.
our official broadcast that will be starting this Friday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time and continuing for 10 weeks straight. Link, face scares me.
10 weeks straight face.
IFC, new show on IFC, Rhett and Link Commercial Kings, every Friday night at 10 p.m. That's on IFC, which is only available in America. So one of the things that we're doing for those of you who don't have the channel, can't see the show.
Like Love 070 is Russian.
Yeah, this is especially for Russians.
Well, especially, but not especially.
Well, it's especially for Russians.
And Swaziland people and Switzerlanders.
And Swiss people and Dutch people.
And all peoples in between.
And lots of European people, African people, people from the Southern Hemisphere and the Northern Hemisphere, and the research scientists in Antarctica.
Big E Dude 33 asks, will you both be at VidCon again this year?
Ooh, you're going to have to tune in to the special broadcast, the official broadcast, Friday night at 10:30, and we will answer that question.
So we're going to read questions and then table all these questions so that people come back.
I just came up with that. It's like a teaser. It's a way to get them to come back. Because what we're going to be doing, seriously, folks, is we're going to be watching our television show. We've seen it enough. We're going to watch it again. Because the way it's going to work is every single week we're going to broadcast the show at 10 o'clock. Wherever you happen to be in the...
Well, we don't broadcast the show. IFC broadcasts the show.
IFC will be showing the television show at 10 o'clock every week. And
then televisions.
And then at 10:30 Eastern Time, we're going to come on here and we're going to broadcast and we're going to be talking about the show. We're going to be giving you some behind-the-scenes information about the show. And it's going to actually be the encore presentation of the show. This is confusing, but stay with me. The previous week's show will be playing again the next week at 10:30. And that's when you can watch it with us, and we're going to be talking about it. We might have a special guest from that show. It's going to be really exciting.
Well, we might not. Okay, so Mr. Originals Lash in the UK, I will address your question in a second. But first, let me clarify. If you have the channel in the United States called IFC, Independent Film Channel, then you are a lucky, privileged, and smart individual.
True.
We are lucky, privileged, and smart to actually have a television show on that channel called Rhett and Link Commercial Kings. What you can do if you have the channel is you
watch
can
the show.
You can watch the show on it. You could watch it at 10 o'clock, and then at 10:30, lo and behold, another episode's coming on, and it's the previous week's episode. And then you can open your laptop.
Genius.
And you can log on to youtube.com/RhettandLink, or you can go to rhettandlink.com/live, or you can go to ifc.com/RhettandLink.
There's too many URLs.
I mean, take your pick. And then you can see us live talking, and you can talk with us while at the same time watching the show on the television.
Here's a way to think about this, because you need a way to think about this, I can tell. DVD extras. You have a DVD, you watch a movie that you love, and you're like, I love this movie so much that I am willing to tolerate hearing the directors talk about the movie and watch it again.
Emphasis on tolerate.
And so you sit there and you watch the movie, and these guys are like talking and maybe like eating a sandwich, and you're like, this is so awesome. Well, this is going to be like that, but actually entertaining.
Now, and so if you're in the UK or if you're in Holland, I just saw that comment there. Norcedo must be European because he or she is asking about a European road trip. What you're doing is you can tune in for the live broadcast on the internet, having not seen the show on IFC because sadly it's not distributed globally yet. But you know what? It'll still be fun. It might feel a little bit about watching a DVD commentary without having seen the DVD first, but you're seeing it from filmmakers that you love all their other movies.
But it's like putting in the DVD of your favorite movie, and then all of a sudden, the two filmmakers knock on your door, and they're like, can we watch this with you right now? Can we sit down and watch this on your couch?
Well, the one thing that does is it creates a lot of awkwardness if you don't like the show. You know, because all of a sudden it's like you're watching the show and I'm watching you.
Yeah, that's a bad example.
It's just like, why aren't you laughing at me? I'm right here.
Okay, so it's like that, but it's not like that. It's like we're on a video screen and we actually are just kind of interacting with you because we can't actually see you. But we can see what you write in the chat room, so we encourage you to comment and ask questions that are pertinent to the show.
I think we've clarified that enough. I did read a comment that all of YouTube, I'm going to do your thing, all of YouTube is self-promotion anyways. So yeah, we're talking about what we're going to do, but let's just do something here for like the next 15 minutes. If you've got a question that you want to ask us related to anything, we will indeed read it in the chat room, and if it's worthy, if it piques our interest in terms of answering, we're going to answer your question. This is a segment we used to call in the Rhett and Link cast, Textual Bombardment. For those of you who are committed mythical beasts from back in the day.
I actually love the feature, Link, of being able to scroll over the chat room and have it freeze. That is genius. Bravo, YouTube Live.
Of course, mine's not updating now that I said I was going to.
It's really you guys live? Wow, I'm so...
Ask us a question if you want to know something. Something conversational, people. Come on, work with me here. You don't want me to put my jacket back on, do you? Don't make me put my jacket on. Get up and walk out of here.
I don't think we get IFC in Holland, says Gun of Death 13. That is true. IFC, this show, Rhett and Link Commercial Kings on IFC, will be broadcast only in America. Now, that's not because we have a bias towards America. We don't have anything to do with the distribution of our television show. We would want as many of you to see it as possible if we were in charge of that. But the way television works is it gets broadcast country by country. And for right now, it's going to be broadcast U.S. only. But because we love you and we care for you, and those of you who do not have IFC in America, or those of you who are internationals outside of the U.S., we're going to be doing this live show every Friday night. Now, I realize it may come at an inconvenient time. You're like, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time is like 4:30 in the morning. You think I'm going to wake up at 4:30 in the morning for you freaks? Well, maybe you will, maybe you won't. But we're going to also record the broadcast and make it into a video that you can go back and watch later. But it really won't be the same unless it's live. So we're doing everything we can, and we're also going to be releasing all the commercials on our YouTube channel. And if you go over to ifc.com/Rhett and Link, that's us. I'm Rhett, he's Link. You can actually see clips from the show. We're going to be posting a lot of stuff from the show, some unedited stuff where, Link screws up.
I thought we were going to answer questions.
I'm telling people things.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Talk to the hand, number 1. How did you guys meet? You don't know the answer to this? You must be new to the world of mythical beastdom. If you're a Rhett and Link fan, new or old, you, my friend, are a mythical beast. You can name yourself any mythical beast you want. You can make one up, but that means that you're a committed fan. But one of the things you need to know is how we met. I'm sure you could ask lots of people in the chat room. We met in first grade. That's right. I grew up in the small town of Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, and I went to kindergarten at Bowie's Creek Elementary School. The first day of first grade, I met a weird-looking guy who moved into town from California.
We actually both got held in from recess. That's PE, physical education. because we wrote profanity. We wrote cuss words on our desks. And we got in trouble that first day of school. Miss Locklear, our beautiful first grade teacher, who we tracked down and made a documentary about called Looking for Miss Locklear, said, you know what? I'm going to hold you boys in from recess, and I'm going to make you color.
She didn't talk like that, though. She had a much higher voice.
It was a real nice voice, but I can't do an impersonation of her. And we've been best friends ever since. And, you know, a lot of people say, you guys are always arguing with each other. Well, have you ever had, like, a sibling before? Have you ever, have you ever had a good friend?
No, I never have.
Okay, well, that explains it.
We were held in from recess. Our punishment, you didn't tell him this, was to color pictures of Paul Bunyan and Baby's Blue Ox and unicorns.
A lot of people ask. Sometimes I hear you guys say that you colored pictures of unicorns, and sometimes I hear you say you colored pictures of Paul Bunyan and Baby's Blue Ox. Well, there's two of us, people.
And
I don't know.
Neither one of those things are true.
I don't know who was coloring what, to be honest with you, but
what we do remember is you seem to remember our coloring techniques.
well, I remember that I was coloring haphazardly, just like my son does.
It was like you were having a seizure over there.
I look at I have a 7-year-old kid. Yes, we have children, not together with women, wives. We have families.
Well,
individual families.
We each have a wife.
Which surprises a lot of people. No, we didn't just graduate from college. We've been out for a while. And I have a 7-year-old son. And it was intentional. It wasn't like I was 16 when he was born.
But you digress. Your point is you colored like a crazy
Well, people
person.
always say, you have kids? Yeah, we do. So my 7-year-old colors, and he like goes, like it's like, you know, you've got the lines for coloring, and he's like this. It's like he's kind of just centers like the crayon on the object and just goes like this. Like he's trying to saw the paper in half with the crayon.
He wants to destroy stuff.
That's exactly how I colored. But Link over here, Mr. Anal, I look at him, and he's like...
First of all, never refer to me that way again.
Mr. Anal. Yeah. He's got this crayon.
Do not ever do that again.
And you know the kids who can color really well, who like I was just like, I would like take a crayon, I would go like 1, 2, 3, and the crayon would be like gone halfway down. You know, Link is like, he's put it in the little crayon sharpener, and he's like going, he's like moving it to the side, and it's got very, very light, and it never goes outside the line, and it like takes him an hour to color. I'm like, give me that thing, and I'm like, unicorn, Paul Bunyan, Babe the Blue Ox, and I'm done. I'm done with 3 images, and Link's over there, and he's like coloring the ear of Paul Bunyan with flesh tone.
I had a master technique for shading with crayons, man. I was an artist. What were you? You were like a Neanderthal, and I was like a Picasso. You know, that's what's going on here, people. If there's any secret to the success of Rhett and Link, if there is success,
it's your coloring technique.
It's the combination of Picasso and Neanderthal, right there. You've heard it here. The secret to all of our endeavors.
I'll take that. I'll take Neanderthal.
Next question,
Neanderthals
please.
were dangerous. They were dangerous. They could snap your neck.
They were stupid.
They were stupid. That is true.
Could you even fashion tools? Was that Homo habilis? Were you even beyond that?
Neanderthals had tools.
Will you have full episodes put anywhere else besides IFC on TV? Master Wit 10 asks.
Yes, we will. And here's how it's going to work. Every Friday night at 10:30, we've got the broadcast of the show. And then it's going to show up a few other times on IFC throughout the week. But yes, if you have an internet connection and you're in the U.S., sorry, people who aren't in the U.S., you can watch the show by downloading it the very next day on Saturday at iTunes. That's a new thing that Apple has invented. It's called iTunes. And there's a store where you can rent and buy our show. We got Amazon. If you do the Amazon Video on Demand thing, it'll be on there the next day. And if you've got an Xbox and you subscribe to the Xbox Live network, you're going to be able to get the show there. And I don't know, I haven't heard if it's going to be on the PS3 network.
No, we haven't heard.
I'm not making any promises there, but it might be. I don't know. Try it. Look for it.
In Not Real Life asks, have you ever tripped acid? No, but if I see him, I'm probably apt to. See, that was like a little joke play on words thing. Still in Apex? Yes/no. No, we are currently in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. We are I wouldn't say we're neck deep in post-production on the television show, but we shot 10 episodes, and they're working on the last couple of episodes right now. We're feeling very good. We're putting the final touches on some of the final commercials for the season.
We feel really good about this show. I'm going to tell you right now, you can actually go over and watch the first episode on Hulu right now, and if you want a direct link to that, you can go to our latest video. Fridays is what it's called, and there's a link to the Hulu, the premiere episode, and that's going to be live through Thursday night, and then it's gone forever. And then somebody asked in the chat room, in fact, Thortheus, which is a great name, Thortheus?
Of course, that's not made up.
Thortheus, which is going to be the name of my next child, boy or girl, says, will it continue to be on Hulu? And the answer is no. We're just going to have one episode on Hulu because, you know what? I mean, somebody's got to get paid somehow. Right? So you're going to be able to get the show at iTunes, Amazon, Xbox Live, and of course you're going to be able to watch it on IFC, the channel. Which, if you want to know if you have IFC, ask your parents. I don't know.
The Pot Doll asks, do you guys want to buy a Badger? Rhett and Link answer, maybe. Name your price. Is it docile?
Were we asked if we want a Badger?
Yeah, there's lots of follow-up questions you got to ask about this.
No. Send the Badger immediately. In one of those.
No, well, they said, do you want to buy a Badger?
No,
so,
I'll take any free Badgers you have, though.
We don't even have a containment device for a Badger. I mean, how does one contain a Badger?
I think somebody wants one of us to say we don't need no stinking Badgers is what they want us to say, but I'm not gonna go to that. I'm not gonna.
Mythical Beasts out there. Badgers hate what? Put it in the chat room. The first person to see with the right answer wins my approval. Badgers hate what? Mythical Beasts. Let us know in the chat room.
What about my question? Says own the dark. I love it when somebody owns the dark. Can I get mythical shoes in Europe?
What about ask own the moon or any other planet? Don't lay claim to something that's not yours.
I know this person owns the dark because
obviously American.
They did they got the username. They said, "Can I get the mythical shoes in Europe?" Well, yes, you can. You have to pay for some hefty shipping fees, but yeah, you can get them in Europe. And let me tell you right now, we have got something special coming down the Mythical Beast, the Mythical Shoe line, and that is a new. Can I say this? Sure, I can say it.
No, you can't say it.
Oh, we got something special by way of Mythical Shoes.
Well, let's reward these people who have stumbled upon our. Okay, there we go. The first person I saw, Miss Electric Company, who we know well, a committed mythical beast, one of the best mythical beast, if you ask me. I'm sorry if you said mongoose before Miss Electric Company, but she's the first one that I saw. You win special accolades. You're receiving them right now, Miss Electric Company. Badgers hate mongoose. That's an old video of ours. The unofficial tourism song of Wales, way back on our channel. You can watch that song and you can learn about that.
Now I know.
And first, I think we should just take. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Continue.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
I mean to cut you off. I'm cutting you off right here, slowly at the arm.
I just want to tell some people.
I say let's just say 10 minutes. We're done.
That's fine. I don't.
You want to say 5 minutes?
I don't. You can go. You can say 5, 3, 2, 1.
How many do you want to say? I want to give them fair warning that we're going to shut this.
What
thing
I'm
down.
doing is I'm reordering people, the new people who just came in, and I know that you're tired of hearing this. But
I'm tired of doing this. So I just want to say, how much longer are we going to do it?
10 minutes.
We're going to do this for 10 more minutes.
For those of you who are just joining us, this is an unofficial official test broadcast preparing for our live broadcast, the official live broadcast, starting at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time this Friday and continuing for 10 weeks. It is all in conjunction with our new show on IFC called Rhett and Link Commercial Kings, all about the process of us making local commercials. You can watch the first episode on Hulu right now. You can go to the link in our latest video, Fridays. Click the link in the description and watch the first episode. A lot of great reviews so far. People seem to love the show. We think the show is very enjoyable and entertaining. For those of you who can't watch the show, well, the least you could do is join us for the live broadcast. We're going to be talking about the commercials, some stuff behind the scenes, answering your questions, interacting live, and doing things that you can only do on live television, like touch both eyebrows at the same time. Look at that.
We're both doing it. It's like double touching eyebrows at the same time.
Have you ever seen that on regular broadcasting. You can only do that kind of thing on live
I've
broadcasting.
never seen it on regular broadcasting.
Because how would it be possible for both of us to think to do this if it wasn't live?
Right, and for me to hear you saying to do it, and then also to do it if it wasn't happening.
Are you guys still in Apex? BK Amsterdam says.
I already answered that question.
Well, yeah, but he's asking a new question.
No, that's the exact question I answered.
But it's new to him. You don't care about him because he's from Amsterdam and marijuana's legal there? Is that your problem?
Well, he got here late, and that's his problem.
Okay. I won't answer it.
Just review the footage. This I think this will be live on YouTube. Okay, how are we going to wrap this thing down? Are we gonna answer?
Let's just answer 2 more questions apiece. Make them brief. And wow, look how fast the comments are coming in.
That's good. That's encouraging. That means people are watching. And mine kind of gets bogged down. We're reading comments. Truly Evil Bob asks, can you, for another question, can you do karate?
Of course.
You watch it a couple of times and you pretty much get it down, right? I mean, if you're as athletic as we. You know, I've watched a couple of karate movies. Is Kung Fu kind of like karate?
Nope.
Then no. I can't do karate.
Yeah, my chat is totally frozen.
Look here, look on mine. I Mush K ask, you guys smoke?
No. But apparently you do. Will you ever live in Mexico? It depends on, whether or not I get caught.
Can I get a shout out?
Oh, man.
No, we don't. We can't do shout outs. Do you like Minecraft? Have you ever played Minecraft? Do you even know what that is?
Yeah, it's a Windows game, and you're like, no, that's Minesweeper. I am amazing at Minesweeper. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that is not.
Listen,
Minecraft.
I hate to disappoint you. We don't really game because I don't. When would it happen?
We pour every ounce of energy we have into just a couple of things. Thing 1, producing local commercials, and then subsequent YouTube videos. Point 2, loving the people that we love. And then point 3,
You mean our families?
yeah, families and extended families.
Gaming for me is like picking up my 2-year-old and eating it like a corn on the cob. That's really what it boils down to.
Like totally twisted and cruel?
I call it kid on the cob, and I pick them up and I'm like,
Oh, you mean like a fun daddy game?
yeah.
You're trying to get cute
I don't
points
eat children
at the end of our chat here. You're not trying to
anymore.
Say anything morbid.
Nope.
You know, rare is the phrase that can be taken as utterly cute or totally depraved. You know, I think we should start making a list of those.
Okay, I like that link.
Things that could either be taken as one of the cutest things you've ever heard or one of the most grotesque things you've ever heard. I'll leave that to you, get people with twisted minds.
Here's a great question from Matt Meth. Boy, I hope that does not mean that you're a meth head. But if it does,
do something about
seek
it.
help. How many commercials did you make over the course of the season? Good question. We have 10 episodes. I think 4 of them we have 2 commercials in, and I think it's 5 and 5. 5 of them have 2 commercials, so we have about 15 total commercials over the course of the season. We made commercials this season for a doggy daycare, a holiday hotel for cats, a taxidermist, a place that does colonics, a hot yoga facility studio, a roller skating rink, a place called Designated Drivers, that if you're too drunk to drive, they come pick you up and drive you home in your own car.
Mm-hmm. That's great service.
What else did we do? We did a commercial for an entire town in Nevada.
I think, I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, I mean, there's lots to see. I think we're about to shut down the broadcast in 2 minutes, but I just want to give you guys some parting words. Congratulations for joining us and being a part of our first ever live broadcast here on YouTube. We will be doing this every Friday night all summer at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. And once I start talking about time zones, it's like my brain freezes.
Why don't you just let me do that? You just say...
Did I say it correctly? 10:30 Eastern,
Well,
7:30 Pacific, every Friday night this summer. We want you to tune in. We want you to watch this live broadcast. And it's going to happen at the same time as the encore presentation of our television show, Rhett and Link Commercial Kings. Watch it for 30 minutes, and then watch a second show, which is the repeat of last week's show, and watch it with us.
So if you have
doing
IFC, this will be a great enhanced viewing experience. You can actually watch the show at the same time that you're watching us watch the show, and no one dies. It isn't like we get drawn into the space-time continuum and our ears get chopped off.
So what we'd like to ask you, what do we want to ask them to do? Because, they're on the internet, they're poised to do something that we ask them to do.
I got an idea.
Okay.
I got 2 ideas.
Well, let's choose one, so you tell me what they are.
Well, if I tell you what they are, then they're going to know about them, and they're probably going to do both of them.
Well, then that's their prerogative. But what are they?
I think that everyone should use Twitter if they have it, and they should tweet out right now. They should tweet and or Facebook. Watch Rhett and Link Commercial Kings this Friday at 10 on IFC, and then they should link to our YouTube video Fridays that we just posted on Monday. That is my idea, and I came up with it.
And what was the other thing? Let's do that.
I already forgot the other one.
The other thing is watch the first episode on Hulu and then tell people how great you love it, unless you don't love it, and then lie about it and say you love it. Okay, so we're asking if you have a Twitter account, basically any way that you know to tell everybody who you think would enjoy it, which is everybody. Hello. You can @ us, that's Rhett MC, and Link Lamont on Twitter, and say, I'm watching a new show, Commercial Kings. It's called Rhett and Link Commercial Kings. And you can link to our YouTube video, which is our latest one on our YouTube channel. It's called Fridays.
And another thing is, if you are on the Twitter, we're going to be live tweeting during the regular broadcast of the show, Eastern Time. There's more people on the East Coast than the West Coast, so we got to choose a coast somehow. And we're from the East Coast, dagnabbit. So we're going to be, during the East Coast broadcast of the show at 10 p.m., we're going to be live tweeting on our Rhett MC and Link Lamont Twitter accounts. You can ask us questions right there on Twitter. We'll answer them. We'll give you some inside information, so follow us on Twitter.
All right, guys, it's been fun. Thanks for joining us for the Rhett and Link official test live broadcast on YouTube. We will see you every Friday night this summer at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, right here, like no place else. Also watch Rhett and Link Commercial Kings on IFC. Thank you. I'm getting up and I'm walking off because I think it adds to the drama. Walk off, man. Do it. Let's try it.
I wasn't
Let's see
ready.
how it feels.
I wasn't ready. You can't just say, I'm getting up and walking off before we haven't discussed this.
After Rhett gets its final word in.
We love you.